Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Humble brag. This is a fantastic podcast. I love this podcast with Crystal and Cynthia. Crystal being a former housewife of Beverly Hills, and Cynthia being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, today they had a guest on there, and it was NeNe Leakes, and it was fantastic. Let's go. So the show starts out with really an introduction to Crystal because Crystal has heard of NeNe. She feels that NeNe is an icon, but she has never met NeNe. So she is kind of fanning out right now, right? And they talk about like who is NeNe. NeNe says she's a regular girl outside in her real life. And Crystal's like, nope, you're an icon, blah, blah, blah. And then they just talk about how her one-liners are, right? And I'm not gonna lie, the moment that I could change my appliances in my apartment, I got chrome refrigerators because when I moved in, I had a white refrigerator. And I agree with Cynthia. NeNe changed that for white refrigerators all over the world. And I'm sure if we dig deep, we'll find out that it really affected how white refrigerators are sold now. This is the part I love because I love Crystal. So they were talking about how NeNe got started, like what did she do? And she was talking about everything she did in school and how she always knew she should be on television. She was like the center of attention. And she talked about how she had gone to California for a pilot season. And the last time before she got Housewives, she was like, I can't do this anymore because I'm leaving my son and I need to be home. And I'm just going to go home and just be a regular housewife. And then she said she got the call about being a housewife. But it was Cynthia that was saying that Crystal's husband was an executive at Disney. She was like, who? Crystal said, who? My husband? No. He's a director. I know that's right, Crystal. NeNe cleared everything up as far as her being on Traders and all of that because the word on the curb was that NeNe didn't go to Traders because of the check. NeNe said she didn't do Traders because of Brent. She was like, he's a diabetic. He had heart problems. And when they thought it was fixed, it wasn't fixed. And she was like, she just could go all the way to Scotland and she's needed at home, so she couldn't do it. And then she said something about, Porsche's on Traders. And then they mentioned Tamar. What? Tamar's not on Traders. I didn't see her on the lineup. I wonder what happened with that. But that would have been good, right? I think that would have been good. But I understand NeNe, about leaving her child. But she said now, if she was asked today and where Brent is now, she would actually do it. And Crystal feels like they'll call her back. So then NeNe lets us know that she has been asked to be on Celebrity Big Brother a lot of times. But she says no every time because she can't be cut off from the world like that. Because, in Big Brother, you go into the house, you don't have your phone. You have no idea what's going on in the world. And NeNe was like, she just can't do it. She has to have her phone. I feel her on that because that would be wild. But I love Big Brother. I was asked, like, does she cry a lot? She said, I think I cried yesterday. NeNe is a very sensitive person, although she's tall and strong and a force, right? But you can tell she has a really sensitive side. She also said that she's very recognizable. Duh, right? I think Cynthia is also very recognizable. I think if Cynthia goes into an airport, people will definitely recognize who she is. But of course, NeNe, she says she can go anywhere in the world and they know her, right? She said some people may say, Lenithia, and she like, you don't know me like that. So they was talking about social media, and NeNe said that she doesn't read the comments. She doesn't get caught up in that. She may read a few in the beginning just to see where it's going. But she doesn't really get into it because I didn't realize they didn't have Twitter or Instagram when the Real Housewives of Atlanta debuted. Like, no, I didn't realize that. And Crystal was like, wow. So then NeNe was asked, like, if she could do, what's her dream role. She said she wouldn't want it to be a comedian role because that's easy for her to do. Now, I'm going to say this. I love NeNe. But when she was trying to do that little blooper show, that was horrible. You see how that disappeared, right? So, like Crystal said, sometimes comedy is hard to do. And in that instance, I think that was hard for her to do. But she said she would like to do a drama-filled show. And I feel like Did she do one on Lifetime? It seems like she did something dramatic on Lifetime. I liked her on that, The New Normal. I did like her on that. But I don't know. I don't know. So then the tables kind of turned because they start talking about Cynthia being with Peter. And NeNe said she always felt like Peter was kind of mean to her. But after she spent some time with them, she said, I could leave and know that Cynthia has it. Because one thing she can do is gather Peter Thomas. And Cynthia was saying that it takes a very strong woman to be with Peter Thomas. You know, and I agree 100%, but he does have a soft side. They did talk about him going to prison, and NeNe said he's going to be on her podcast, and she said she's just ready for him to go and get out, and that's what Cynthia said also. But I think Cynthia, after I went back and I watched the other seasons of The Real Housewives when Cynthia came on, I thought Cynthia could handle Peter. Like, I saw her differently, and I thought she was fantastic this season on the show. Child, now what NeNe is not a fan of is T.J. Lovelady and the babies recreations of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? I'm going to let NeNe tell you about it. Let's listen.
He's been taking clips of particular Atlanta and via AI babyfying you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have never seen more entertaining television ever. It's so good. You guys look so cute.
I think he's a guy on TikTok. I'm not sure.
I think.
It's brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's really.
Do you love them?
I think they're okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us
Well,
why.
you don't love me. We should be getting a check.
We should be getting a check.
I see.
It's like too many of them floating around.
Yeah.
At first, when it was a couple, it was okay.
No,
now
they're all over the place.
Now they're doing every scene.
How do we? I would like.
Ooh, what do y'all think of that? Do you think it's too many? I think it's fantastic. I think it's hilarious. But I also kind of see what NeNe's talking about, because it is a lot. And in order for you to just really do good, you're going to have to go down all 16 seasons. He's almost there. But what do you think about that? And NeNe and Cynthia feel like they need a check. Uh-oh. Child, Crystal said that her husband was really into AI. And when you think about it, she says she hasn't thought about it from NeNe's perspective. People are stealing content. And then they take the content and they change it. And NeNe is like, no, Cynthia was like, they take our likeness. Like, our likeness is everywhere. Oh, this could be the end of the babies.
Do you feel like there will be a movement or?
It should be.
Yeah.
I'm pushing for the movement.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to be a part of the movement. I would like to pay off my house and get several other ones. Honey.
Child, and Crystal said it is true. Like, people are using your likeness over and over and over again, and people are making money. NeNe said, I will be looking for my check. So this could be a slowdown for the babies, because like they said, you can go and look at Housewives. Now, I don't know what Crystal's talking about, because you can watch anything on demand. You can watch Sanford Son, Good Times, 911, or whatever. But she was like, Housewives, you can go look at season 3, season 13, or whatever. She said, but people are making money from it. Uh-oh. NeNe said after Sierra didn't show up to the taping of Me and My Homegirl, they was like, well, we got the camera crew here and these lights and stuff, so no need to waste no time, so just sit down and start talking. And she said that's how the NeNe Leakes show was formed. Sierra, you missed out, girl. So NeNe said one of her biggest regrets on The Housewife is the conversation she had with her son, and I'm guessing it's Bryson, when she said, you done lost your so-and-so mind. And then she said, talking about her divorce from Greg, she wished that she hadn't revealed so much. And I can see that. So NeNe said that her favorite season is season 6, and I agree with her. That was a great season. I have gone back, I have watched it. It was such a good season. It was good. Cynthia said she and Phaedra came on in season 3. Like, those seasons are just, you can't get television like that anymore. I'm going to end with this. NeNe said that The Housewives is a great platform and can take you many places. But the girls today are not stars. They're not household names. Crystal was in the amen section. I'm going to have to agree with her. You can replace the new girls on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, including Drew, and not skip a beat. So let me know if you watched, how you liked it. comment. It's your girl Millie Chun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.